Hello and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Alliance War. It is war number 7 of season 48 and 4 Loki is taking on SGA-1. I am bringing in a team of Black Widow, Voyant, Toad, and Ironman. I start off the war on path 9 in section 1 with this Nova. Really the only difficult thing here is the hazard shift, and with the global, just trying to get in some parries, although it's not going to stun him most of the time, hitting into his block. Really, that's the main thing, other than just making sure that I get over into poison mode and that I do not hit him when he's in incinerate mode too often. So here we go. First couple seconds of the fight, first 12 seconds, he's in incinerate mode. So I'm just kind of trying to build up some prowess, not dex too much, things like that. There we go. Now we've got him in poison mode. We shift over. Plan here is just to rotate special twos. He's not being very cooperative and giving me many openings when he's in poison mode. So now we have to wait out incinerate mode. I am doing a couple small hits here and there just to keep some map spacing. Decide, what the heck, we're going to throw the special 3. I don't really want to do special 3s. I'd rather do special 2s. But, the special 3 does hit kind of hard with some prowess in there. So here we go. Not really getting very many openings. Now he's over in poison mode finally. Now I can go in. Now I can throw my first special 2 of the match. And now, it took me right back to another special 2. So here we go. And here's what happens when you don't pay attention to the mode that the node is in. Look at those incinerates. Look how fast I am going down. I'm throwing this in desperation mode. I completely blanked on that special 2, threw it when he was in incinerate mode, got very unlucky, and had 7 of them stack on me. But I got very lucky at the end, and I didn't die. So we're going to move on. And this is a fight that I've taken a couple times. This Masacre, taking it with Toad. Very, very similar style gameplay. At the beginning of the fight, for the first 12 seconds while he's in incinerate mode, I am going to just build prowess. And, I do have recoils on here. So the nice thing is, while I'm hitting into his block and things like that, I have a higher chance of placing my poisons on there. And you can see, he's already got a couple of the passives where he's, kind of removed my degen or my poison, and it replaces it with a passive version of it, which is nice. These really tick fairly hard. And now here, we're going to throw a special 1. We've got 5 poisons on him, and he's just kind of melting at this point. I'm not having to hit him very much. I'm just keeping my prowess up so that those poisons just do their job. And here we go. I'm going to hit into his block a couple more times. I'm not, wasn't sure if I hit him again or not there, but, what was that, 14 hits? Not bad. All right, so now we move on. Later in the war, we jump over to path 8. And on path 8, the first fight up is Havok. This is why I've got Ironman on there. I still have recoils on. You'll see here, they tick me for a lot of damage on this fight. Typically, if I was worried about the fight at all, I would remove them. This is a fight I'm very comfortable with. Ironman is kind of built for taking mutants that have unblockable specials and, makes this fight pretty easy. Even though, like I said, I do take a fair amount of damage from the recoils. You'll see the poison and bleed ticking me down. You'll see when I throw specials, I lose the 5% of health there. But this fight is never in jeopardy. I don't ever feel like I am in any danger in this fight whatsoever. So here we go. We're going to toss off a special 2. Even with the recoils on, I'm still winning the health battle. So, we're 30 seconds in. He's, a tanky Havok. He's got a lot of health, but here we go, special 1. We get a couple armor breaks on there. He's throwing his special 1, which is fine. I'm using his plasma debuffs up there to kind of heal up a little bit, although I don't get a whole lot from him. And, you can see there, first little flip. And, fortunately I did have an indestructible boost on. I put it just in case. And, it was nice that I had it, but wasn't in any real danger there, I don't think, even from a 5-hit combo. It would have just made it a little bit closer. Only using him for this fight, so don't even have to worry about a heal. Alright, last fight up on path 8 is going to be this Red Goblin. I've seen Red Goblin be kind of tricky in this meta, but really the plan is hopefully to get him to throw special 1s, and if he doesn't, let me just kind of rotate my special 2, drain his power a little bit, and that's really the whole plan with Claire in these wars, is to get into poison mode and throw special 2s. So now we're over in the poison. We're going to try to bait out a special 1 without having to dex too much. That was the other thing that I found when I was practicing, was in order to get him to throw specials, I had to dex a lot. So here I decide, you know what? He's pushed me up far enough. I can do a little combo. I can do a special 2. I can drain his power. I can get right back to another special 2. And then I'm going to rinse and repeat. If he throws a special 1 in here, great. There we go. I'm not going to dex it. I'm just going to take it all into the block. I don't need Claire again this war. Now just time for another parry, a little combo, and do another special 2. And that wraps up the fight. So Claire is very, very good. She doesn't hit that hard unless she's running recoils, which is why I have recoils on in this war. But she handles these nodes fabulously. And I do have one more fight in this war. It is going to be a chunky Crossbones on, I think it's node 37. Really, just because he's a global attacker is the only reason that he's here. Not too concerned about the node itself. I just know with all the healing and all that, it's going to take me a while until I build up some prowess and until I can start doing damage. So slow start to the fight, and then it'll pick up steam as it goes. And with Crossbones, it didn't realize until I started fighting this fight how much I dex when I fight Crossbones. Because there, I shouldn't have dexed there. I should have just backed away more times. But, like I said, just didn't ever realize how much I dexed when I fought a Crossbones. There, I went in to hit into his block and ended up with an intercept, which I'll take. I do that more often than I care to think about. So here we go. So you can see there, first 30 seconds of the fight, I've done 0 damage. None. That's the only downside to this fight, is it is a very slow start. And now here we go. We are 45 seconds in, and still very, very little damage. And we finally now have our prowess built up. We're in a good spot, except for he's making me dex again. We're going to throw a special 2, and look at this damage. Because of the node prowess and my own personal prowess. Not too bad. And we did get some passive poisons on there. We got our poisons on there. So, he does tick down to about 50% health. Now, I really just need to keep the poisons on there. Just to keep his healing away. And here we go. Now we can do a little combo into a special 1. Now we've got 4 poisons on there. That's going to keep him from really healing up at all. 7. 1 passive. He's just going to melt from here. Like I said, slow start to the fight, but then it really picks up steam, and we finish that fight off. So, very clean war for me for the most part. A little iffy on the Nova fight because of that stupid special 2, but all in all, we do get away with 5 full attack bonus kills. So, with that, unfortunately, poor Loki does fall in this war to SGA. Does drop us to 3 and 4 on the season. Not a very good start, but we're hoping we can climb back into it and get back on the winning ways here very soon. And that puts me at 32 kills, still just the 1 death. So very, very pleased with how well I'm doing so far this season on a fairly tough meta. I've kind of liked the meta though, in a way, because I do like using Claire. But with that, that's going to wrap us up. Feel free to watch the free-to-play wars here. If you haven't already, please hit the like. Hit the subscribe. It does help me out. Share this video with your friends and your ally mates if they, need it for any of these fights. Be, glad to answer any questions down in the comments below. And until I see you in the next one, take care all.